What is up, y'all? We are trying to draft before our home draft, actually. Like before we draft, uh, so here's the thing: gonna draft the best ball team right now, trying to win 100K, right? Obviously, trying to make money, obviously, but we're also trying to prepare for the home league I am with 13 other friends. It's insane. It's a 14-man team, but we're in a group chat every single day from like throughout the whole year, not just football. So it's a lot of crap talking. It's a lot of shit talking. And so, um, by the way, we're drafting at the 11th spot here. So, um, James Cooks goes. So I'm trying to get that view there. So we're just gonna go running back here. I'm gonna go with Chase Brown, Saquon Barkley, James Cook goes, Jonathan Taylor goes. So it's crazy to see just after pick six, just one, two, three, four, five running backs go, right? So Chase Brown is there. Aaron Hampton, do we want to go with Achan or do we're not gonna go with Kenneth Walker here, obviously. We're gonna go with Marion Hampton here. Ashton Genty used to be before his injury, someone that would take at the 11 or 12 spot. But obviously, with everything going on with his injury, we're not gonna take him. Uh, Genty has probably fallen to this range for me until we get more news. Um, but yeah, I would probably take him in like the 2-3 turn if I'm being honest. Um, so again, we are trying to prepare for like our home league, and so gotta get on the news, y'all. Gotta like I know there's preseason games today. Uh, there's trade. Tutu Atwell moved from Miami to Rams. I don't think that's very big, but that kind of boosts up like the Malik Washingtons, right? The what's the other receiver, Douglas or whatever his name is, um, from Miami, right? That boosts or that brings them up a little bit, in my opinion, right? So obviously you gotta be with the news, so you gotta draft here and then just get ready for your home leagues and try to prepare for all that. So another thing is that like obviously we with these best balls, in case you guys didn't know, like here, let me try to explain this contest. This is the one that we got into yesterday. So it's a $5 entry. Um, you're drafting with 11 other guys, so 12 teams, obviously. First place you can make 100,000. Second place 50,000. Third place 25,000. We're trying to make some five-digit price money, right? So even with 1,000, we're happy. We just really want to get into the final, the 188 seat final. If we're able to get into that final, we are guaranteed to make $750 off our $5. So pretty good return on investment, right? So qualifying is you're you're, you know, through the first 14 weeks. Here, let me explain really quick the roster spot. So it's one QB, two running backs, three wide receivers, one flex, one tight end, 10 bench spots, no defense, no kickers. And with this is like your best running backs going to that starting two running back slots, right? Your best wide receivers. And these it's three mandatory three wide receiver spots that need to pretty much have the roster, like with the three, and then plus you get a flex. So wide receivers here get pushed up a little bit. But in your home league, obviously, like your running backs are gonna go higher a little bit, except for possibly maybe these guys here, like Jamar Chase, Puka, JSN, St. Brown. But again, I would still possibly take like CMC and pick. I did take him in my work league at pick seven, by the way. So I would say Jonathan Taylor here, so just FYI. So just kind of prepares you for your home leagues or your leagues with your friends, your family, or your work. But here with it being mandatory, and again, it really depends on your league settings, right? Is it double flex, all that good stuff? One single flex, like is it that traditional two running backs, two wide receivers, one flex? What is it, right? So with here when you're at the end here, I usually do like to take running back, just because I mean I could have take CD Lamb here and possibly been able to get Chase Brown or Hampton or Achan here. Would have been okay, a decent start as far being like, balanced. But again, I do want to take my two anchor running backs here and then smash on some wide receivers here in these later rounds here. So McConkey goes. Javante, if he makes it to me, we'll take him. I'm not. I'm looking to get Emeka Ibuka. Brees Hall goes. Don't know if this guy will take another running back, but let's see here. If this guy does not take a running back here, I'm sure this guy may take a running back. He actually does take Javante there, so kind of sucks. We're gonna take Ibuka here, and I know he has toe turf. You could take T Higgins, but I'd rather go with the upside here, especially if we're gonna go for 100K, right? He takes Garrett Wilson, so we're gonna take Tedero McMillan. I think he can outperform T Higgins, Garrett Wilson. I don't know about Waddle, but I think so. I do like him over Waddle. It's just Waddle's in a new offense, right? I mean, I don't know. So, like I was saying with this contest here, again, your lineup pretty much goes directly, like your best starting running backs, your best starting wide receivers go into your starting slots there, and then that pretty much builds your sorry, I was trying to see where the Josh Allen go. I was considering taking him here, but again, don't really like taking quarterback early too much. Um, so again, we're trying to make 100K. So with this, it's the top two teams through the first 14. If you're at the top two scoring in the first 14 weeks, then you advance to week 15. That's where like the quarterfinals happen. You'll go up against nine other people, and obviously you being one of them. If you're the top scoring in that group of 10, then you advance to week 16, where you're going up against nine other people again. And if you're the top scoring, then you're in the 188 seat final. So obviously, we're trying to make it to the final to at least make 750 bucks, right? Was it? Yep, 750. So obviously, we are trying to make 100K. So that's why we're doing it for $5. That's a pretty good return on investment. So not bad, and also prepares you for what people, because these are actual real people here, right? So these are people behind their computers or behind their phones, just similar to what I'm doing right now, and are just drafting these teams to either make money here for best ball, or like, obviously to like bet best ball, whatever, or to like prepare for their home leagues and stuff, because they probably breathe football, right? Yeah, they probably breathe, eat, and sleep football. Like you could see some of these guys, if you're curious, like especially this guy that has the emerald uh badge. Like these guys have done hundreds, if not thousands, of draft of these best ball drafts, and so that's how you get these badges. They do so many, and or have won some serious, some of these contests. You've won some money to like be able to earn this badge, right? So sometimes I do like to count like how many badges I'm going up against. I really like to count the badges when I'm going up against like a higher entry. With these $5, like to me, it doesn't. It's not like, not that it's not allowed, but it just like I feel like these five or the $1 or the $3, people try to experiment to see like what they could do. Like this guy at 12 has taken four wide receivers and zero running backs, right? So again, it's like what can people get away with, or what can people do to see if they like their team? Because in case that ever happens in another draft, in a bigger draft, or in their home league draft, then they're kind of prepared to be able to see how they can pivot, make a team, or they're just like, I really love my team when I started at four wide receivers. You know what I mean? So again, these 5, 3, or $1 drafts, they don't really like. I don't like to count them, but two, three, four. So seven experienced people are drafting here. So this is kind of like do like to look at it when I'm doing like 20 plus um, things like that, right? So Roma Dunte is available. I'm gonna take him. I'm just gonna take the next best player available um, according to my ratings, you know. So again, with me taking the third wide receiver, like I am okay because I have the two anchor running backs, right? Obviously not great. Carnell Tate was possibly my next guy. I'm gonna take Jadarian Price. Um, again, he is the next guy best available. He is a low faller. His ADP is 59, and we're able to get him at pick 62. So not a big faller, but again, we are pretty balanced with three running backs, three wide receivers, and I am pretty good with where we're at. Because sometimes I'll see myself like, oh, I'm falling behind on running back here. Let me get a running back before I get to some running back zone where I don't like the running backs, right? So again, with Darian Price, I think he'll be the workhorse until Zach Charbonnet comes back after like the third week in November, right? So, but I'm starting to see some QBs go here. Drake May goes first, besides Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, right? That's like obviously a given. Um, I'm just gonna queue up some guys here in case they actually do fall. Quinn Johnson over Jonathan Brooks. Tucker Craft is falling a little bit, and it's kind of I can see why because of the signing of John Smith. 1 year signing John Smith, so it's kind of worrisome. They're probably thinking like we may need to get another running back, or I'm sorry, another tight end here to kind of just in case. And I don't know how I feel about that. So again, we may be able to. I mean, we're still a few picks away. Tucker Craft goes at pick 74, so not sure if this guy does not know, but then again, we'll see. Um, Williams goes. That makes sense. It goes to the Loveland team. Don't hate it, but whatevs. Quinn Johnson goes. Jordan Tyson goes to this team here. I don't think he knows Jordan Tyson's gonna miss quite some time. Oh man, Rico Dotto goes. I don't have a QB yet. Maybe if I would have taken TD, Dak Prescott would have been a great person to stack with. Um, I'm not sure if I want to take another wide receiver with a week 10 bye, just because I have two already. So we're not gonna try to do that. Um, we're not gonna bring up. I'm on the board here. Oh, geez, I am not liking this. Let's just get Jordan Addison. Not liking where we're at. I mean, again, should have probably taken TD to be able to stack with Dak here. Maybe we could get Justin Herbert, but I feel like Justin Herbert and I am on the board again. Let me see what this guy. This guy took Dak Prescott and Justin Herbert. Um, yeah, I guess we just took Michael Wilson. That's okay. Sam Laporta is also of interest, but I do like taking Laporta. Maybe if I have St. Brown here, and then I'll do the double stack with St. Brown, Laporta, and Jared Goff, right, for this. But again, with this contest, you have to start three wide receivers. So with like Booker having toe turf, we really want to not fall too behind. Um, Trevor Lawrence was available, but I do like to take stacks here. We could possibly take like again I mentioned like Justin Herbert was there, but Justin Herbert's not very different to like Brock Purdy, right? I think they could give me the same points. I actually like Brock Purdy more than I like Justin Herbert. Yes, I think Justin Herbert will be in a better offense. Possibly not with Mike McDaniels being there, but I could take someone else and I get the same points with like a Brock Purdy in round nine, right? Or I could possibly get Bo Nix, Jackson Dart here, one of these guys, right? So Baker Mayfield, I could possibly take Baker Mayfield to stack with Ibuka, right? So um, not too bad. I actually do like this wide receiver room so far. Pretty, I think I'm pretty set up with some guys with some upside here, especially with Ibuka McMillan coming in year two, right? Roma Dunze, Luther Burden's being, I know he was a little hurt. He had a groin or hamstring injury, and I know he's back in practice, but I think Roma Dunze could actually be the wide receiver one in this team. Um, and then Jordan Addison, you can argue, right? Justin Jefferson's going to be a lot better now with Kyler Murray. And so you can argue that Jordan Addison will actually be better as well with Kyler Murray, right? And Jordan Addison, actually, I think, I don't know if he outperformed JJ, but I know he was up there. Dude, dribbling has been going up the ranks like crazy. 98. I was hoping I could possibly get like Stribling and Brock Purdy here for the stack, but I guess not. Michael Pittman Jr. goes, someone that I also like to target in that area. I don't have a tight end yet. Kyle Pitts is someone of interest. J.K. Dobbins is also someone I do like. Um, it's funny that Kyle Pitts is now above Harold Fannin, and Harold Fannin for the longest was above Kyle Pitts. So it's funny to see. So because I haven't taken any QB yet, I might just if Brock Purdy makes it to me, I'll take Brock Purdy here and I'll take Baker Mayfield to kind of have that 1-2 at QB. But I am seeing some guys that I do like here. Someone like Stephon Diggs, J.K. Dobbins, um, Kyle Pitts goes at pick 104. So Stephon Diggs goes at pick 106 at 105. So let's see what this guy takes. He takes George Kittle. It's okay. We're gonna take Brock Purdy. Jackson Dart's also available, but that's okay. We're not gonna take Jackson Dart. I mean, we're not. Yeah, we're not taking Jackson Dart. I'd rather take Brock Purdy. I mean, Baker Mayfield is here available. Should we just go with the stack? Am I reaching too much? Um, yeah, we're just gonna take Baker Mayfield a stack with Ibuka, our wide receiver one. That's all right. I think Baker Mayfield should actually be better. So I know he was hurt last year, but the year prior to that just actually made Baker Mayfield go in like round six, right, of fantasy drafts last year. So again, now with him being healthy, he could actually be outperforming, for sure be outperforming his last year. I know he is like talks about his contract, like he feels disrespected. So he could actually have a great team. He could actually ball out this year. So I mean, not much of a reach, but I would rather take Baker Mayfield than have my secure second QB where like I don't want to fall too behind in QB points instead of taking someone like Harold Fannin that can actually just lose targets because now Casey Concepcion and freaking Denzel Boston is in Cleveland, right? I'm surprised Wanda Robinson is still there. So Kenny Gainwell is also there. Wanda Robinson goes at pick 117. So I'm just gonna queue some guys I do like here, like Kenny Gainwell, Rashad White, Dalton Kincaid. The more I'm watching videos, the more I'm listening, the more he is starting to be interesting. And so obviously I do like him here. I'm not gonna take Tyler Shuck. He shares the same bias Brock Purdy, but I really do like Tyler Shuck this year. We're gonna queue up Jalen Coker. We're not gonna take Mark Andrews. So let's see who we're able to get here on the way back. Dude, it is late. I'm trying to do this early and early every single time, but my daughter doesn't want to fall asleep. I got things to finish around the house, and it's brutal, man. So Tyler Shug actually goes at pick 124. Gainwell goes at pick 123. Malik Willis goes at 122. Is that his first QB? That is his first QB. This guy, so pretty interesting to see. He takes Malik Willis instead of Tyler Shug. Um, and uh, yeah, I don't know. Debo Samuel goes, so there goes our chance of getting Debo to stack with Brock Purdy. Pardon me. Ferguson is still there. I mean, we could have possibly taken Jackson Dart, taken Likely. So let's just take Likely. We could possibly get the same points between Likely and Woody Marks. So yeah, I'm okay with it. I was just thinking like we could take Likely, or we could probably take Juwan Johnson, possibly at pick 156. Um, I am high on Juwan Johnson this year, but it may be a reach here. We're gonna take Jalen Coker and possibly just take Carolina's freaking pass catchers, and we could possibly just be able to take Bryce Young later, but we'll see what happens. Marshawn Lloyd is going up like crazy, especially on that Josh Jacobs news that he may. We should have possibly taken Marshawn Lloyd instead of Coker. Let me see how many wide receivers I have. I think I'm at my max. That's usually seven, but I'm already at six. I do like some wide receivers here, so I am done at wide receiver for now until someone falls like crazy. Because I'm thinking I should have possibly taken Woody Marks, Marshawn Lloyd, or Mike Washington right there. So I'm not going to be able to get none of these guys actually. So I don't know if that's good or not. Yeah, I don't think that's good at all. I'm not going to get Zach Charbonnet, obviously. Um, I'm going to check that. So, all right, let's see who makes it to us. Yeah, Mike Washington actually goes. So I would have really preferred to take Marshawn Lloyd, Woody Marks, or Mike Washington here instead of Jalen Coker. I was just thinking, I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking because I have Tat, I have Coker. Obviously, the rookie wide receiver they just got is out for this season. I was thinking that I'm just gonna freaking take all the points on these pass catchers, right? So, and Jonah Coleman and freaking Coleman goes. So, um, that is a bummer. Trey Tucker goes. So these guys that I would possibly prefer to take instead of Coker are just going like Juwan Johnson, Marshawn Lord, Woody Marks, Jonah Coleman. Like I do need, like I mentioned before, like I tend to fall sometimes behind on running, like I did this time. And Tyrone Tracy goes at pick 149. So we are. I'm. Do I take Tank Bixby? I don't want to take Tank Bixby. You know, I'm may just go with one of these guys. I may take Jacoby Lane over Jalen Naylor. The fact that he is in a better offense, I like that a little bit better. And I think Jalen Naylor may be the wide receiver one in this team, but yeah, that's a big if. So let's see who's available. Tyler Algier goes. So some of these guys already have like five running backs, four, five, four, four. So I'm seeing some running backs go super early here. We're just gonna take Jacoby Lane here, um, and not think about it too much. I'm done at wide receiver for now. Brendan Strange is available. Um, I don't hate Brendan Strange. I may just take Bryce Young and be done at QB, especially because I have Tederaw, I have Jalen Coker, Cam Ward to go. So we're just gonna take Bryce Young. That's fine. It's gonna let the draft clock run out. Um, Brendan Strange is also someone of interest, but we could also get like Dalton Schultz if he falls. I doubt he will. DJ Hawkinson if he falls, doubt he will. But we're gonna see who could smash on on some running backs here. Someone like Braylon Allen that I don't hate. Um, I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll probably just take four running backs. These running backs here do share a different buy, and so I think we'll be okay. But again, we'll see what happens here. Also, with Amari and Hampton, like I know they've talked about them being in a committee in the backfield, and so I can possibly also take. I do like Emmett Johnson, by the way, which I think he's going up the draft boards. He is. Um, yeah, like these tight ends here, like Gunnar Helm, Kate Auden, I could stack with Baker. I'm good at tight end. I'm not gonna force myself to get a tight end here. So I may just go running back, running back. So if Dylan Sampson actually falls, I would actually like that. Yeah, like I was thinking TJ Hawkinson falls, like I don't know. Caleb Douglas is the other wide receiver I was talking about with the whole Tutu Atwell going to the Rams, right? So we'll see, man. We'll see who is available. Beautiful sound. Right. Ron Flournoy goes to pick 168. Keishawn Boudet pick 169. Um, Dude, this guy Douglas has been going up the ranks. Oh, I see why. He is stacking them with Malik Willis. I mean, I would possibly take Malik Washington before him. Gadsden goes to pick 173. Devon Bailey, dude, that is such a reach. But I mean, just because you have Tyler Shug, you think Bailey's gonna go pretty soon? I could have possibly taken him around 16, guy. That is early. I've taken Devon Bailey in like the last round here. But again, I guess with the injuries, right, that makes sense. Kate Auden goes, jeez. Would have been nice possibly getting Kate Auden 180 at pick 182 to stack with Baker Mayfield, right? So again, if Dylan Thompson makes it to us, that'd be great. Sometimes I hate saying it because it never happens, and like every time I say it, there you go. I was just gonna mention that every time I call this guy, I hope he makes it to me. He literally goes that pick. So we're not gonna take Malik Washington here. Let me just queue up some guys. Do we take Jaden Blue? Like, we'll take Brandon Allen just in case there is an injury to. Yeah, I'm not liking. I know he looked do look pretty decent at that preseason game, but oh, I hate that I'm taking my two last tight ends and the last two picks. But I'd rather take Emma Johnson here and risk him not making it back to me, especially because we waited so long to take running back, right? So yeah, we'll take Emmett Johnson. Again, with Emmett Johnson, him being running back too, and I'm sorry, I know you guys can't see this, but after Jawan Jennings, AJ Barnett goes at pick 181, Emmett Johnson at pick 182. Jesus, dude. Darren Waller, really? Darren Waller goes at pick 183. Like, Darren Waller is someone I was eyeing to take at pick, my literally the last round at pick 206. Like that is such a reach, right? There was still Kenan Sadiq available, Gunnar Helm available, Greg Dulcich available. I'm just gonna queue up these tight ends because I need to take two more. Um, but dude, the fact that I have Bryce Young, the fact that I have Tedero, the fact that I have Jalen Coker, like I would have just, I'm pretty much betting my money on the Carolina pass catchers, right? Would have been great to have Darren Waller, to just go have that offense and like one of the games or few of the games that they just Bryce Young is slinging that ball, those guys will be my starters, right? And I could just benefit from that high scoring, possibly high scoring game. But Darren is Waller is just such a reacher. It's just so frustrating. David Dojo who goes like this when I'm talking about these like five, $3 and $1 drafts. This is a $5 draft. Like there is panics goes like there is some people that are just like wasting their round 16 pick, right? I mean, I don't want to say wasting it, but like David Njoku, right? Like again, there's Greg Dulcich, there's Gunnar Helm, there's Pat Fairmouth. Like guaranteed starters in their teams. Someone goes, Kenyon Sadiq, it's fine. I'm not big on Kenyon Sadiq anymore. Um, but there's guaranteed starters, right? Like Kenyon Sadiq. I know Kenyon Sadiq was hurt, but I just queued up these tight ends here. All guaranteed starters in their team, like Greg Dulcich, Gunnar Helm, Pat Fairmouth. And dude takes the tight end two with David Njoku. Dude takes Darren Waller that just hopped on the team and doesn't know the full playbook, right? Um, at round 16. So frustrating to see. Also, side note with Pacheco, in case you guys didn't hear, Kareem Hunt is practicing with Detroit. So, um, Kareem Hunt was taking the goal line touches in Kansas City. So, just FYI, in case you're thinking like, oh, Pacheco is in a great offense and um, he is someone of interest or something. You know what I mean? He's going to be the RB2. He's going to be like another freaking David Montgomery. Well, that might not be the case if they sign Kareem Hunt. All right, Pat Fairmouth goes a pick 200. So this guy, who's this guy taking? At pick 201. This guy, Jeremy Renard. This guy already has three tight ends. This guy has one as well. So I'm just gonna take next best guy available with Greg Dulcich. Like Gunnar Helm. I think the guy next will be taking Gunnar Helm. Oh man, We'll just take Greg Dulcich. This guy may actually take Anaheim. I next if he does not, but that is a bummer. We're not gonna take Charlie Coker. We're not gonna take Kobe Parkinson. We can possibly take Eli Stowers here, or we can possibly take Mike Gesicki. Oh, we're not gonna take Mike Wash. Crap. We'll just take Michael Mayer. The thing with Michael Mayer is that Clint Kubiak does run a lot of two tight end sets, and so maybe, just maybe, we just might benefit from that. But really frustrating to see we weren't able to get like at least Pat Fairmouth, maybe like Gunnar Helm on this way here, but it's fine. Don't hate my team, but I don't love my team either, right? So I'll let this finish to see what we're as far as like projections go. But QBs, we have Brock Purdy, Baker Mayfield, Bryce Young, all different buys. Um, Running backs, we have Chase Brown, Omar and Hampton, Jadarian Price, Brennan Allen, and Emmett Johnson. I think Brennan Allen and Emmett Johnson are pretty good backup running backs, especially with them. They're with the RB1s in their team are kind of like they do tend to get hurt pretty often, right? So then we're in a pretty good spot. Don't love my running back room, but it's okay. Do I think we may make it to the final? I don't think so, but so far, you never know, right? You never know. Um, Wide receivers, we have Emeka Egbuka stacked with Baker Mayfield. We have Tedero McMillan stacked with Bryce Young. Roma Dunze non-stacked. Jordan Addison non-stacked. Michael Wilson non-stacked. Jalen Coker stacked with Bryce Young. And we had Jacoby Lane unstacked, but in a great, and I want to say top five offense, right, with Baltimore. So obviously, with him being a rookie, I think we're pretty good. So I know I didn't want to take any more wide receivers with a week 10 bye, but we do have Ikoke and Roma doing so with only the two wide receivers with a week 10 bye. So tight ends, each and all unstacked. Don't love that, but Isaiah Likely, Greg Dulcich, and Michael Mayer, right? So we're projected to have 28-48. Not very good. Guy that, I am seeing like this guy at 29-40. Do like DeAndre Swift, by the way. I'm liking him more and more. With the whole Jonah Coleman news, I'm liking RJ Harvey a little less. But at the beginning, I was taking a bunch of RJ Harvey. Great top three wide receivers with JSN, Nico Collins, and Devontae. But after Pat Bryant, it just kind of like uh, goes downhill. Great tight end room though with Trey McBride, Juwan Johnson, and Hunter Henry. Great tight end room. But when you have Trey McBride and you have Juwan Johnson, I feel like you could have used another like wide receiver or running back instead of Hunter Henry, especially if you don't have the stack. But again, I see this guy possibly advancing. But who knows, right? You just never know. This guy with the emerald. Oh, I see why he's projected so low. Yeah, not do like his top three running backs with Jonathan Taylor, Devon Achane, and Travis Achane, but um, this has four tight end. Don't love that. But I don't think we're too bad as far as this guy is projected a hella high, but the fact that he has four QBs kind of answers that. Like, there's no reason for you to take Cam Ward, right? Um, and that hurts your running backs. You only have three and nine wide receivers, so let's look at that. You have Trevion Henderson, J.K. Dobbins, and Aaron Jones. Three guys that are not possibly going to be starters by like week 5. All right, so even by week one. So, you know, does take a bunch of wide receivers, which is okay, but you're banking on Trevion, J.K. Dobbins, and Aaron Jones being your RB1 and RB2. So, again, not great, man. So compared to the other teams that I just kind of saw, we're not too far out. So I know I didn't love my team, but we're not too bad either, right? So, um, again, I appreciate you guys. I am done for the night. It's pretty late here, so here in California, LA County, it's late. It's late. So I am out of here. Appreciate you guys. I will hop in again tomorrow and hopefully do another one of these and try to make some moolah. But appreciate y'all. Peace.